Mind Gap Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to Mind Gap Podcast. I'm Doug.
I'm Justin, and Doug, I've been thinking about this a lot recently. At what age do you do away with familial titles like aunt and uncle? And I guess you don't really say, hi, cousin, but basically aunt and uncle. What age do you feel like is the appropriate age to be like?
It's unfortunate you're asking me this because I don't have any aunts or uncles. I don't have any grandparents. I don't have any cousins. So for me,
that's fair.
It's happening now, baby.
That's fair. I have a lot of aunts and uncles, brag. Uh-huh. And when we were moving my mom, I realized like my Uncle Mike was over helping, and I was just like, hey, Uncle Mike. And I'm like, I'm 43. Do I just call you Mike now? Like,
yeah,
I don't know how this works anymore. Like Uncle Mike feels like, hey, Uncle Mike, you know,
Uncle Mike, can you take me outside to play in the splash pad?
Oh boy. And then
Uncle
myself.
Mike, can you take me over to Pornhub and give me your credit card?
Do you think that's a store, young man?
Uncle Mike, can I have some firecrackers?
Can we go to, hey, Uncle Mike, can we go to the Sizzler? Can we go to
Uncle
Hooters?
Mike. Hooters. You think Hooters is even profitable anymore? Like that can't be a great. That can't be a great like anymore. I just don't think it's. I mean, people have porn on their phones.
It's no different than any other restaurant at this point. Like it's just like, do you cover your operating costs? Cool. Like it's not. I don't think they're like going gangbusters in the green. I think
because there was a time where it's like, whoa, check this out. This place is like super cool. When people didn't have the internet in their pocket at all times, and like, I can see scantily clad ladies delivering me like average at best food. You know, it's like now it's like, is that still appealing? I don't know, man. Dude, one of the saddest things I did when I was in college is I went to Hooters for lunch. Like,
was it all like a businessman?
It was either lunch or it was like 1 o'clock. It was like just post lunch, and it was just me and this other guy. And I didn't really want to go, but the other guy did, and I was like, all right. And we're just there, and this waitress, man, she was just like, hey guys, how's it going? Yada yada. And I'm like, nothing. She's like, she brought out like a skip it, you know. You remember that? It's like the little...
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's like a little ball and chain. You put anything and you just like skip around. She's like, check it out, guys. Do. I was like, and we were like the only ones in the restaurant. I was like, oh no. We are the only source of like attention and income right now. And she's like, I'll perform. And I was like, oh, I don't like it here.
Oh no.
This sucks.
That's very awkward. Like, I mean, just...
I don't want to be here.
Having a general interaction, because again, anytime I've gone in, I've just felt, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm here. It's like we're here to ogle. That's all it is, and I feel gross being in that. But the fact that she's like, watch me entertain you, I'd be like, I need to go. Here's a 20 for your time, and I can tell
she was bored, you know. And I was just like, I get it, but yeah, like this is such a weird premise, right? That like, hey, you're allowed to ogle at these people. Like that's the whole point. Like you come over here and just take a look at these tits, you know?
And like the hiring process in any other industry would just not fly. Like, all right, unbutton the top two. Let's see what we're working with. Can we make this work? Yeah, you're hired.
Because not only that, it's got to be like there's a certain level of attractiveness that probably has to go along with it, right? Like there's probably some subjective level where they're like, you know, we don't want any dogs in here. You know what I mean? You know, it's like, okay, but how do you determine that? You know, and I don't know. It's a weird business model that I understand when it was made. People were like, oh, okay, let's check this out. But nowadays I'm like, it can't be doing well. Like it can't be down well.
Do you remember on Wabash in Chicago, like right down, I think it was like Wabash and like Adams or something, like kind of like downtowny. There is second floor on one of the buildings. There was the Tilted Kilt.
Oh yes, Tilted Kilt.
And this was like a competitor of Hooters. And I had like when we were in college, obviously we were like, let's check it out. I remember walking in there, and even in college, I remember going, oh, this is depressing. It's like this is not what I thought. I thought I was going to have a real good time. I'm not having a good time right now.
it's one of those things where it's like Las Vegas. It's like the first time you go to a strip club. It's just like you have this idea of like, oh, this is gonna be great, but then you get hit with a wall of reality where you're like, oh, like,
yeah,
I don't like it here.
Yeah, like there was some like look, a lot of people were fine. There were some people who I was like, that table's just all up gross, like full of gross. Yeah. And there were some workers there who you could tell just were not having a good day. Probably were not real thrilled with.
Also, like we don't need to create any more spaces where men can be awful.
No,
where it's like we give them even more runway.
We as a sex we're doing just fine finding those opportunities. We don't need to create more.
It's like to be like, now this is actually a space where we kind of encourage this a little bit more, like ogling and like sexualization of people. Like it's cool, like to do that. Yeah. Not all the way, but we're going to give you more space to do that. It's like, I don't feel like we should be able to do that. I don't think that's cool. My favorite thing was, I can't remember who did it. It may have been SNL or something, but they did like the parody called Beavers, where it's just like the ladies walked around with no pants on and just had their vaginas out. And they're like, welcome to Beavers. And it's just like people walk around, they got tops on, but they're no pants. And they're just welcome to Beavers. People are like, I love it here. This is great.
Was that more of a recent sketch? Do you remember?
It was a couple of years ago. It's just it's probably at the height of Hooters. People were like, what's another level up from that? Beavers.
It just feels like I don't know if you know, there's Sarah Sherman is a one of the cast members on there. That feels very much like one that she would play into. So back to aunts and uncles.
Back to familial titles.
Yes.
It's hard for me because, like, for example, even I think we'll always call our parents mom and dad as much as we, try not to, especially in my case. Like,
exactly, yeah. Or unless you're Bob's daughter, who adorably calls him Bobby.
Yeah, I don't like. There's been times where we've been playing games and Natalie referred to me as Doug, and people will be like, "Whoa, you let her call you by your first name?" I'm like, I don't give a shit. I think it's funny.
I would, to deviate again. I think the next time I'm hanging out with either my mom or dad, I'm going to try and just calling them by their first name and see. I for 43 years, I've called them one thing, and now I'm like, I'd be curious to see. I don't think my dad would clock it, but I think my mom would be like, "What?" I think my dad would be fine with it. He'd be like, "Cool."
Whatever, I'm a fireman. I remember calling out mostly for my mom would be like, we would be in a public space. I'd be like, Mom. She would like, Chris Cochran. And she'd be like, huh? I'm like, that would be the only time I would really use her name to like, grab her attention. But I don't anticipate having a conversation with her anytime soon.
That's fair.
Hey, Chris, heard you fell down and broke your knee. Good luck. All the best.
Oh, no. If that seems callous to any new listeners, feel free to go back and find it's in there. It's in the annals of our,
Whatever. Enjoy your time in the hospital alone. Because my dad's dead. So, da-da-da-da-da-da. Wah. So anyway, familial titles.
Aunts and uncles.
Answer the question, Doug. I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess I'm sure there's a point where like it just becomes ingrained in you, right? Like you just refer to this person as aunt or uncle or whatever, and that's just kind of what it is. And so, like, I don't know. I feel like personally, I'm like, I don't know. You get to be in your teens. You can maybe, if you feel comfortable, just being like, I don't want to call them this anymore. Then but I think it's hard to break that because that's just you don't see like, well, this is This is Dave.
Exactly.
This is Justin. Like you don't just like, no, this is your uncle.
Well, and that's and that's the thing. Because we've got a bunch of cousins and nieces, like everyone. So our younger cousins have just kind of taken to like Uncle Justin and Aunt Beth, and it's kind of one of those just like by like a proxy title. But our actual niece is she's 22 now, and I love it. I still love Uncle Justin, but I'm just like I was having the thought of like, is it weird for me to still call like Uncle Mike, Aunt Kathy, or whatever? And I'm like, I wonder if she's ever gonna.
It's fucking weird, Justin.
Is she ever gonna hit that point where she's just like, nah, this is just like Beth and Justin? It just.
What I think is bullshit? You know, I think it's bullshit. Grandparents get to decide. They're like, what do you want to be? What do you want your kids to call you? You want to call Peepaw?
Also, that's
Mima,
a new fucking thing. That's like that
Pop,
gender
Pop.
reveals.
You know?
Right.
I want to be like, what about uncles? I want to be called Darth Doug. You know? Like, what's up with that? You know? Like, why not?
Call me Qui-Gon Justin. What are we doing?
Call me Captain. It might be stolen valor, Captain. But whatever. Fuck you. It's what I want, you know?
I just want to be called Lieutenant Justin. That's
there
it.
You go. Lord / or Lady Doug, you know?
Right?
You know? Just
yeah.
Nah Baron Doug. Yeah.
I also think it's I've always thought that I like the single syllable names. Like Doug is a good for Uncle Doug. Would be it's just a very rolls off the tongue. You know, Uncle Dave, Uncle Doug. Yeah. Uncle Justin is Uncle Justin. There's a lot of consonants, a lot of syllables.
Uncle Justin.
Look, I will say it does bear itself to chance. That is, It does lend itself to that.
So that's pretty good. Yeah,
that is pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's obviously like for grandparents too. It's like I was like there was Grandpa Charlie because. You know, not that it mattered because I only knew one grandpa because the other one dead. So didn't know him. Same thing with the other grandmother.
Right.
Dead way before I was born. So I was we only have one. So it's just grandpa and grandma. That's all there is. But we were like, it's Grandpa Charlie. And then, boy, my grandmother on my dad's side, her name, a name that I don't know, probably should be dead, Hortense.
I've heard of the name. I've never known anyone with that name. Hortense.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
wow.
This
was on your dad's or mom's side?
My dad's side. That's a hell of a name, man. I was just like, whoa. Even when I was younger, I'm like, that's not a real name.
Hortense is a classic girl's name of French and Latin origin meaning garden.
Yeah.
Comes from the ancient Roman family name Hortensia. And the word Hortus.
Yeah, what
Hortus.
Name someone like can you name anybody who's been named Hortense?
No.
Yeah, it's a wild one.
Is it
Grandma Hortense? You know,
it's the past participle of a whore. Hortense.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I was like, boy, must have been really tough in elementary and grade school, man. That would have been tough. It's like, here comes whore. Because that's the thing is there's no nickname for that unless it's somehow something that's, you know, how Jack is for John or something like that. Hortense is like Hallie or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
Like something.
Hi, Hildy.
You know? Right. Because you can't call her whore or tense. You're like,
I mean, you could call her
tense, you know?
What up, tense?
You know, you can't be like, it's my bitch whore over here. You know what I'm saying?
You're looking real tense. Whore.
What's up? I'm Hortense. I go by whore. Nice to meet you. It's the whole word or nothing. You know what I mean? What's up?
I'm just looking like middle. You could call her 10.
Yeah, that's great because that's what people want to be known as, a number. You know,
you could call her Ort.
Ort. Ort. That sounds like something an orc would say while he's like marching. Ort.
It's like Doug. It's Ort.
Yeah, exactly. Ort. Yeah, it's a rough one, man. That is a rough one.
Hortense,
I think it's a beautiful, I like the meaning and everything like that, but that's a tough thing to name your child Garden, but a worse name for it, you know?
You'd almost prefer to name them Garden.
Yeah, just name me Dirt.
Hortense.
Dirt is better than Hortense. You know what I mean?
Just name me Flower. I mean, so let's just get creative with something else. Can we please?
We got Petunia, Lily, Marigold.
Call me Hyacinth.
Chrysanthemum.
Right.
You got all sorts of stuff to work with, but anyway, let us know. Have you been to Hooters recently? What do you think? Good business model? I'm wearing Hooters colors right now, so there you go.
You are.
What's up? Hooters, sponsor us. Time's running out.
Doug. I feel, we should probably make that announcement too.
Yeah, which, by the way, all jokes aside, our final episode of Mind Gap Podcast is going to be episode 550. Justin and I have been on this road for 11 years, and we've decided it's time to hang it up. It's time to put this baby to bed, and we are going to be ending the podcast And yeah, we're going to be doing a little bit of a celebration on episode 550.
That's right.
Celebrating all these great 11 years, 550 episodes. 550 sounded like a nice round number to sort of end it on. And yeah, we're ready to put everything down and let it go. You know.
That being said, the Discord will be remaining active, so you can still join the mighty Mind Gap community of all the Gappers at Discord. It is it's something I think Doug and I were talking earlier today. It's one of those things where it was one of the best things that was born out of this was, and I was talking to Beth about this too. I said it's so odd that this community of misfits just came together. Most of them not knowing each other. A few people were brought by other people, but by and large, it's just been random people who have just started showing up, found us, joined, are cool people, passed the test, and just kind of became all a little like community, little family online. And a lot of these people, some of them have never met each other. And then many others have only met in person a handful of times. Yet we have shared in this community tragedy in our lives, celebrations in our lives, milestones. We've bitched to each other. We've gotten each other through tough times. We've made each other laugh, shared endless memes. Like it's we
play games together.
Played games together. It really genuinely is like, it's hard to wrap my head around when I think of it, like how this community of people came together, it just manifested out of kind of nothing. And now this podcast aside, are thriving. Like they're not, they don't need this podcast to exist anymore. Like this community is there for each other now to exist on Discord. It's very cool.
In a lot of ways, I consider our community family. Like, you know,
like for sure.
We did a Mind Gap get together down in Nashville. That was cool. Like, it's just, yeah, man. Like, Natalie knows a lot of these people very well.
Right.
And hell, we played games with Noah on Friday night. So, like, Natalie knows these people very well. And I think that's really cool. I look at them as a lot of found family. So,
absolutely.
It's been very fascinating to see. You know, we've talked about it ad nauseum, and I'm not going to get into it now because we're going to talk about it in episode 550, but just the random ways we've connected with people.
Right.
And still to this day are friends with and have become even closer to is pretty magical. And
it is.
Yeah, I love our Discord. I'm on it all day, every day. I'm typically in there. I check it multiple times a day, and I love it. It's become Zinni DM'd me, and she was just like, I'm not going to freak out because you said the Discord's staying. So, but I am sad you guys are quitting. You did a heck of a run. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't dream of getting rid of the Discord. Like that thing it's fantastic. So, yeah. So we got a couple more episodes left. So now, enjoy them while they're here.
The only way that could change is if Hooters does come along and drops a big pile of money on a sponsorship. So I'm just saying,
there's a chance. Be a lot, honestly.
There's a chance to save it, guys.
Listen, Hooters. Let's be real. $200 a month. $200 a month.
How's that sound, Hooters? What
do you think, Hooters? $200. I'll wear this shirt all time.
We'll walk back everything we said about it being uncomfortable in your place. And
I'll still retell the story of that lunch I had in college because that's a real factual thing that happened. But yeah, like it's $200 a month, and we'll keep it going.
Tilted Kilt offers extended to you as well. Whatever you want to do.
Beavers, if you're out there, we'll talk. You know what I mean? So exactly. Cool. So with that being said, I think we should get into the Odyssey.
I should do that. Let's go for a 20-year journey here.
Let's do that. So Justin, I'd seen the Odyssey opening weekend, but Justin was going the Wednesday after, which is why we didn't talk about it last week, because I was like, he's going to see it, and then I want to have a discussion with him. So there's probably going to be some spoilers in here. So if you haven't seen it yet, be prepared. Be prepared for that sort of stuff. I'm going to try to keep it as spoiler free as possible.
I'm not.
But okay, fair enough. You know, there it is. This is the dichotomy that is Justin and Doug. You know, but you got to see it in IMAX in the 70
IMAX 70 mil, yeah,
which is pretty exciting. So start with that. What was that like?
I'll say, like I said to you in the text that we exchanged right after I got out, I said that is cinema at its finest. Like that is, to me, Like if someone, at least for right now, where I'm at with the movie and still thinking about it and wanting to see it again, like if someone were to say like, what's a good example of like film? I'd say go watch the Odyssey. That to me is it's such a good fucking movie. And in IMAX 70 mil, it was just jaw dropping. Like what the framing, like you've heard it said before, every frame of the picture, like everything was just stunningly gorgeous. And undoubtedly it would have been amazing on standard too. But the amount of information that was available on that screen was almost overwhelming, but in a good way. It was really, really cool to see how he put these shots together. And then getting to walk, again, you get to walk out and back and around, and you can see, they got a big viewing window. You can see these giant fucking spools of insane amount of film, and it's just sitting there, and the whole rig they have to play it, it's wild. So that was an experience in and of itself, just seeing it in that format.
That's cool. I saw it on the regular screen, and I enjoyed it as well.
It's because you don't know what you missed. That's the thing.
Exactly. Ignorance is bliss, baby. Again, I've been to IMAX a few times, and I've always just been like, I don't get it. But you know, with this, I know it's different because the whole film was shot in it and everything like that. But I'm just like, I don't need a big screen. I like the regular screen's big enough for me. I'm just a little boy, you know, like it works for me. Even if I wanted to, like I didn't, there's no way I was going to get tickets.
Yeah. They were hard. I had to go at 6:45 in the morning. Like it was, I took a half day of work because they were selling out. They were playing from like 1:45 all the way to 24 hours. They were just over and over and over. And all these fucking shows were sold out.
Yeah. That movie made so much money. He's going to continue to make so much money.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. What I'm going to be curious about
is
to
a bunch of dumb shit throat beards dismay, this film is doing well.
I'm going to be curious.
Which is hilarious to me. People that are just like, I can't believe it. It's like they haven't even seen it. They're just like, Helen Troy's black. And it's like, yeah. And she's in it for 5 minutes. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like,
also, this is a fantasy.
It's not a real story. It's not a real thing.
There's that, right?
Yeah.
There's a fucking Cyclops.
Yeah, right.
You care what color? Yeah.
There's mermaids.
There's mermaids. There's sirens. There's nymphs.
There's a witch that turns people into pigs, you know.
And then back again. Sorry, again, spoilers, but yeah.
And there's giants, which by the way, I love that scene. When I learned how he shot it.
Right.
Did you learn about this?
He hired actual giants.
He hired 7 foot tall people. And then they put like Matt Damon's stunt double in as that was like a under 5 foot person, so that they literally looked like giants.
Looked huge. Yeah,
yeah. I was like, that's so cool.
That's the big thing about this movie that I loved is how like the heavy reliance on practical effects and the steering away from as much CGI as possible. Like they use some visual effects here and there to enhance, but as much as they could do, like the whole Cyclops thing. Like I think we may have sent something back and forth on that. They used a puppet in like a giant, a puppeted figure for when the actors were in and moving around it, and then they shot an actual actor in the makeup and the prosthetics on a scaled down set, and then they did the old school thing where they overlaid it. And then digitally removed a couple wires, but they just overlaid. So you saw two real composited shots, and it looks fucking amazing. It looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, there's some really cool elements to that. Going back to the theater experience, I did see someone shared a clip of like the 4D experience in the theater. I'm not sure if you know. Was 4D, but
I did see that. Wasn't real, right?
I don't know, but I saw it to like check out this 4D experience, and it was a scene from like the boat when the boat's in the storm, and the fucking seats are just rocking back and forth, and there's like smoke machines going off. I'm like, what a horrible viewing experience.
Did you see it where it was buckets of water coming down in the seats too?
No, I didn't see that.
Which is why I'm like, it has to be there.
I can watch this. I'm good. Like the same thing. I'm like, standard theater is fine for me, guys. I don't need a 4D experience. Are you going to turn me into a pig too while we're at it? Like, what are we doing here?
Right? You're going to smell what it smells like. All those people in that.
Right? We're going to pump some body odor into this.
Ooh, there you go.
Hanging out in that Trojan horse together for days.
Gross. Yeah. That's, man. But some of the practical things they did for that. Like they built the horse and they actually shoved the actors in there. And the cinematographer and Nolan got in there with them. And they were, like Bernthal was in the water for half a day or something like that. And he was next to hypothermic. And he was like, don't pull me out. Let's get this shot. And he like the stuff that these guys went through was just so fucking fun. Like it was so cool to see. And the goddamn performances, man. I mean,
weren't they great?
Hathaway absolutely deserves an Oscar nod for this. Like she fucking killed it. What a fucking powerhouse. Absolute powerhouse.
Yeah.
But good. Everyone's Leguizamo was incredible.
Great. Yeah, man. I think Nolan just has that thing that people, I think Tarantino had that for a while. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know, but like people wanted to work with him. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Until they're like, this guy is really interested about, getting the dogs out, getting a close up of them toes,
Get them tootsies in there.
Seems a little weird. This guy seems really excited to say the N-word. Like he volunteered to play a character that says the N-word a lot. It's like, that's kind of weird. But like with Nolan, I mean, you got to think too, like, especially like with, I would say Dunkirk, and then that was probably the first really big ensemble one he did. And then, Prometheus, massive cast of people. I mean, as an actor, especially like a well-known actor, like, I don't know what that's like to be like, yeah, I'm going to be one of 20 people. Right. In this film, is obviously there's something that's, interesting, intriguing to them to be like, yeah, I want to be in this, because
absolutely. Yeah.
It's interesting because I don't know. I think to be able to direct a cast that's that big and that prolific too, right? I think that's going to be a real challenge to be able to pull that off. Because
what I've heard from him too is that, or what I've heard from the actors who have, I think it was either Damon or I think it was in an interview with Damon. He had said that one thing that Nolan does that's unprecedented is, especially with a group that big, is he tailors his directing style to each person. Like he approaches them how they need to be met to get it's masterclass level directing, because he will direct he will figure out how an actor likes to be directed, and then will tailor his directing to that actor, and he'll do that for as many people as he has on set. And that's first and foremost, just to take the time to learn that, and then to actually remember and implement it as you're doing it. Unreal.
Well, that's the thing too, is like, honestly, this is going to get gross for a second. That's what good leaders do.
This is the LinkedIn Minute.
Welcome to the LinkedIn Minute with Doug. I'm actually working on a training module now for managers that specifically discusses in this section about how to identify your communication and personality style, and then also to identify and read it in someone else, and then adjust on that so that you communicate in a way that's effective for the person. So when I hear you say that, it's like, well, that's smart, that because not everyone takes direction the same way.
Right.
So understanding, because that's a huge thing, right? Like a director's like, I'm the boss. I want you to I want you to feel it. All right.
Right.
I want you to feel it. Okay. Now go. And they're like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, hell, there's coaches out there that are like player coaches, right? Then also like coaches that understand, like, some athletes actually like a coach to fucking scream at them because it gets them in the right frame of mind. There's other ones like me. I'm like, I don't like that. That demoralizes me, and I don't enjoy that. I get angry at you, the coach, and it doesn't make me perform well. So in general in life, to be able to be like, cool, what's the best way to reach this person to, I think it was Gary Oldman was talking about something in The Dark Knight. He said he didn't really get a lot of notes from Nolan, which wow, what a fucking praise that is. Right? To basically be like, you're doing good. But there was one scene he did, and Nolan just came over and just said, hey, there's more at stake. And
that was it.
Oldman was like, got it. Like, I know what you're saying. And that's all he says. Like, there's more at stake here. And he's like, got it. So he put himself in that mindset and was like, cool. And then he adjusted from there. So I think the ability to do any sort of directing whatsoever, then to also manage that cast in that way with the with the environments he's putting them in.
Yeah, well,
I joked. I was like, he's probably going to launch 1,000 ships, because how else are you going to get the look and feel,
right? Well,
which I also love that in the movie where Menelaus is like, yeah, more like 500. He's like, that's propaganda,
Yeah. Again, it's the scale that he did it on too. Is like they had like 1,000 extras on one day, and I think it was when he was at the Land of the Dead. It was like they had 1,000. They didn't paint these people in. It was. They had like 1,000 extrs on set and managing that.
Was such a cool location.
It absolutely was, and also kudos to the fucking AD department for wrangling and scheduling all of that shit. That is next level. Like, great kudos to the whole crew on that as well. Unreal what they pulled off in this film.
Great. Well, whenever they're on the boat and stuff like that, I'm just like, Jesus Christ! Like, I don't even know how you go about setting this up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's not a controlled environment. You know,
it's not. Did I tell you this? The only thing as I was watching it, I was looking at it through an AD lens, and I was like, "How do you schedule this day? Like, how do you?" I was sweating in the theater. Like, how did they schedule this? This is a nightmare. This is an absolute nightmare. You've got to call everyone to set at a certain time, get them through hair, makeup, and wardrobe, then get them on a boat, get them out to a location, and then hope everything lines up. And you get 4 shots, and you got to come in because it's lunch, and there's union rules. I'm like, this is impossible.
He's like, yeah, but did you see those dolphins? We got those dolphins, dude. Wasn't that cool?
I was so stressed.
Dude, that thing where like he sees dolphins, I was like, I'm sure Matt Damon was like, don't freak out. Don't freak out.
Right.
Pretend like it's no big deal. Because you want to be like, hey guys, fucking dolphins.
Look, dolphins, yeah. And he's like, just roll and look forward.
Cool.
Yeah.
Exactly. Be cool. You're in character.
I will say when they were going past the sirens and Damon has his moment, that I didn't know. I like Matt Damon as an actor. I didn't realize he had that in him. That was incredible.
Yeah. That was interesting because he went through a range of emotions on that, right? Because like at first he's like, cause and he starts laughing and then he's like absolutely starts going insane.
Yeah.
Because and the way he just also the film in general, I love the way that Nolan typically tells a story is he tells it in pieces. Like you have a through line of what's happening, but you get different parts of the story at times that he's like, now I'm going to give you a little bit more, because it starts out with like, the bard being like describing what happened with, the Trojan War, but then they stop it. So you get snippets and it's like, no, we don't want to hear that again tonight. And so you're like, oh, but what happened?
Right.
And then you're like, oh, we'll learn more about that for sure. And then you do, and you get more and more pieces. And I think I told this to you off mic. What I liked most about the film was like I have never read the Odyssey, but I know a lot of the stories that happen in it. I'm familiar. I played a lot of Greek mythology games and things like that and all that sort of stuff. Like I'm familiar with a lot of the concepts and the things that have happened over time and whatnot. But they were all just like, these are things that, quote unquote happened. I'm like, cool. But what I loved about this film is it was like the human impact that was along with it. The idea that, Odysseus is called to go to war. He doesn't want to do it, but Agamemnon's like, you're coming. He's like, fuck. So he has to assemble his troops and he knows he's like, we're going to be there for like 10 years. Like this is going to be a long ass war. This is going to suck. Yeah. I don't even know if I'm going to come back. And he finds an opportunity to end the war by using the Trojan horse. And it's incredibly successful. People are like, what a hero, but he is racked by guilt because he did a terrible thing.
Right.
And an absolutely horrible thing. And he broke Zeus's law.
Right.
And the story is him dealing with the guilt of what he did. And I love that. That was interesting too, because like when they were leaving Troy, they're like, do we have enough provisions? He's like, we've taken enough from Troy. Like we can find some stuff on the way. I was like, that's an interesting thing that he would say that. Because that to me sounds like he's like, we got to get out of here.
we gotta stop whatever we just did here. This is too much.
Yeah, this is too much. But I appreciated that idea of it's basically his story with dealing with his trauma and dealing with his decisions and how he feels about it. And I loved that element of it.
Damon played the whole thing beautifully. Like he was such a great casting in this one. Like, and not one that you would maybe immediately, if you were sitting there like, all right, cast the Odyssey, that might not be your first choice, but he fucking blew me out of the water.
Well, what I love about it too is, especially like poor Temecula, he doesn't know his dad.
Right.
And as soon as his dad gets back, he's like, "You're king. I'm taking your mom. We're headed out west."
Deuces.
You got this. It's like, thanks, Dad. Like,
I've been waiting my whole life to meet you. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. But what I love is like there is the myth surrounding Odysseus is thick amongst these people who are just like, who is this guy, and what he can do with his bow, and how he's so smart, he's so clever, and all these different things like this. And you start out by just you don't see his face for the longest time as you're showing like these flashbacks of him and stuff. It's like, oh, it's this guy that's this legend of this area. I think they do a really good job. And I love the sound like when he plucks his bow, like that strum. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
That was a really good. Again, Nolan does great with cues like that, with music cues or sound cues.
Yeah. So, all in all, I think you should all go check it out if you haven't already.
Go check it out.
It's definitely worth checking out. I look forward to watching it again. I don't think it's one. I told Jill, I don't think I'd recommend this one to you. I don't think you'd like it.
You wouldn't recommend it to Jill?
No.
Yeah.
It's not Jill's cup of tea.
Interesting. Okay.
So I don't think she would.
Is it not like what is there something that it lacks or something that it has that's not hers?
I think she'd appreciate the performances. I just don't think it's a story she'd be interested in.
The story, got it.
It's to put it, I guess, in a more simple terms. It's kind of like a fantasy film, and Jill doesn't do well with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I think I don't think she would enjoy 3 hours of that. I don't think. Right. There'd be elements I think she'd be like, "That's cool," but overall, I don't think she'd be like, "Woohoo!"
Right.
I'm sure glad I spent my time doing this. But and also one quick thing, I don't care what anybody says. Agamemnon's armor is cool as fuck. I thought it was cool. So fuck anyone that says otherwise.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care. I see how people have been bitching about, they say that there's a line that says our Bronze Age is at an end. They're like, where's the bronze, Nolan? What bronze? Where is it? Where's the bronze, Nolan?
Well, I just saw someone else drag the was it on Reddit was a shitty movie details subreddit.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen that
subreddit?
Yeah. And they were just like, the age, our age of bronze is at an end was an actual line in this movie.
Yes.
And that was it. That was the fact. Shitty movie fact. And it was, and then everyone got in and just like, I wish you knew you were in the Bronze Age before it ended. It's like you wish you're in the good times before they end.
I was all right.
I was fine with it.
Take your whatever. If that's what you're nitpicking on, that's fine. I don't.
Sure.
It doesn't bother me at all. That's fine. No big deal. But yeah.
Real quick, who do you think? Who would you say stole performance wise? Who could you not take your eyes off of?
I thought Anne Hathaway was phenomenal. I really enjoyed Tom Holland. I thought he did really great.
Yep.
Matt Damon did solid. I just this the thing is everyone has their moments where they're shining,
Yeah.
The woman who plays Cersei, great job. There's just every element of that film, small or big. I liked Elliot Page. I thought they did great. I thought they were excellent. People came to play, and I liked that a lot. I just I don't know, because all it takes is there to be a weirdo that pops up. I don't know if you've ever seen Hamlet. It was what's his face's rendition of it. Fuck, I can't remember his name, but it starts off with who's one of the guys from Grumpy Old Men? Not
Walter Matthau.
Not Walter Matthau. The other guy,
Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon plays one of the guards who says there's something rotten in the state of Denmark. It doesn't feel right at all. And I remember watching that movie in school, after we watched Hamlet, and my teachers being like, that was the wrong casting. That guy, fine actor, but has no business doing that. It was such a minor role. It was a Kenneth Branagh version.
Yep. I was Kate Winslet. Exactly. Yeah. Billy Crystal, Richard Attenborough, Robin Williams.
Yeah. He
Judi
plays
Dench?
a guard. Yeah. That was another one. It's look at this monster class, and then there's Jack Lemmon there's something rotten in the state of Denmark. It's no. That's all it takes. Is it takes one weird thing to be oof. I don't like that at all. But everyone killed it throughout the whole thing, and it was excellent. It was very well done. So Also, that third act, 2 thumbs up, baby. That third act was awesome. I was like, now we're getting to it. Yeah.
He arrives on shore and let's go.
Let's go. All right, something else I want. Speaking of fantasy stuff,
yes,
I want to talk about this book series I've been reading called Book of the Dead. I recommended it a couple weeks ago, and I'm now finishing up the third book of 5. I'm about to head into the fourth one, and it's fucking awesome. It's by an author named Rhino Z, and the 5th book I think is the last book in the series. So the whole series is out now, and it's excellent. It's considered a LitRPG genre. If you're not familiar with that, essentially it involves a world where people actually gain levels, like a role-playing game, and they gain skills and things like that. There's a whole genre of that. Dungeon Crawler Carl is probably the most famous one of that. Excellent book series as well. But what I like about this one, which was recommended to me by my brother, is that in this world, there is something known as the unseen, which essentially is some mystical force or whatever that drives who you become and what class you get. When you turn 18, you go to an awakening stone, you put your hand on the stone, and you get told what your primary class is going to be. And that could be anything. It could be something as mundane as like you're going to be a farmer, you're going to be an accountant, you're going to be a priest, you're going to be a swordsman, you're going to be a ranger. Mm-hmm. It could be anything under the sun. Anything under the sun. It could be a fucking cook. It could be an enchanter. It could be a leather maker, a smith, whatever it is, you name it. Mm-hmm. And that becomes your primary class. And then that's kind of your destiny, is like, this is it. Because your primary class is the main way you're going to power up and get strong. You can reject that class if you want to and burn it out of your system and take on secondary classes, but you're never going to be as strong as that primary class. And what I find fascinating about this world is that once you become that class, you're then told, this is how you level that class. So if you're a farmer, it's probably like, you got to grow crops. You know, it's like, great, that's how I'm going to level up. If you're an accountant, I don't know, fucking EBITDA has got to be good, I guess. I don't know. I made Justin die a little inside.
Learn what EBITDA means.
EBITDA, you know, if you're a priest, it's helping people, healing people, things of that nature. But then there's things like nobles and like government officials. And they gain levels by governing people and ruling over people and influencing people. And those people have incredible powers. There's also like certain major level milestones, like level 20, 40, 60, and 80 are huge milestones where you ascend to like the next stage of your growth in your class. And it gives you access to more skills and stats. And you become almost like superhuman as you cross those ranks. But this got me thinking, what are the implications of living in a world where, I mean, you could argue to some extent that kind of exists today, where it's like, hey, you're 18, you go to college, go choose the rest of your life. But let's face it, I went to college for computer science, and then I went to grad school for music business. Over 2 on those sorts of things about what I ended up doing. But in this world, it's like, this is who you are. Right. You are this thing. This is what your primary class is. Well, maybe those things were your secondary and tertiary classes, Doug. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what my primary class is. I don't even know what my primary class is. So, but the idea of being in a world where an unseen power decides, and it's kind of like almost like the Sorting Hat from Harry Potter, where they're like, you know, they say like, you know, you could choose. You can tell the hat what you want, because some people are like, well, you kind of like can tell what to do. The main character in the story, when they put their hand on the stone, they get told, you reject authority, you want control, and yada yada. It says, therefore, we're going to make you a necromancer, which is a banned class. There are some classes like thief, for example. Their way they level up is by stealing shit. So people are like, we don't want this person becoming super powered and stealing shit. So that's going to be a banned class. And if you don't basically reject that, you will be caught. Either they burn it out of you or they make it so that you can't. Like, someone was a thief. They tried to run away. The marshals caught him. They cut off his hands. They're like, good luck stealing shit. You're never going to level this up. So, you know. Fair. So in that regard, you know, and there are, you know, cutthroats and shit like that who've just flown under the radar, and they exist in this world. But the idea of like, if you can get cutthroat to level 40, that's a huge fucking deal. What you're able to do is terrifying. Right.
You don't want to be an assassin at level 60 because
that
you want to be, but You don't
bards
want them-
and people like that have the ability to have so much charisma that they can influence anybody to do anything. And those people are highly guarded by the government. They're like, you cannot just go wandering around town with this skill set because it's not okay.
Needless to say. Yeah.
Right. So the idea of being bestowed a path, a destiny, and being like, this is it. And this is the only way you're going to become powerful, whether you're a farmhand, whether you're the garbage guy or whatever, like this is who you are through and through. I think about like the reality of that would mean to be handed this thing and to be like, what's the best? Because people abuse their power no matter what, right? In our world, people abuse their power, you know?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I feel like I feel like I'm leaning into the slotty of it all, but like in our capitalistic society, I feel like the billionaire class kind of does when they have their children and everything. The kids are kind of handed a destiny. Like the easiest path is to just level up what we're handing you right now. You can go and do other shit, but if you just keep this train rolling, you're going to level up real quick. And then you see people who, like our current administration, who as they're leveling themselves up and they're getting more powerful and harder to stop as they're doing it. So I feel like we're kind of seeing real world examples of this playing out in a sense.
That's interesting because in some ways, like there is a noble class, right? There's noble houses and things like that.
Yeah.
But the class noble is very specific, and that comes with its own very powerful attributes. But you have to get that class at the Awakening Stone.
Okay.
And there's you get a little insight in some of those folks, how like the guy who's currently the head of a family had 5 kids, and none of them got the noble class.
So he came from like nobility, but they don't have the noble class. Interesting.
Exactly. So it turns out that his niece did get the noble class. So now she is in contention for succession. Because that guy's like, I can't just give anybody the title. It has to be a noble because they need to have the abilities and skills that I have. And she got it. So now she's in the line of succession. I think she's second in line now for this because like her father became a bishop or some shit like that. So he got put into the clergy, which is its own powerful whatever. But like, it's not guaranteed just because you're someone's kid that you're going to get something.
That's an interesting twist too. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is interesting to see how that stuff plays out in that sort of regard. But I'm just trying to imagine. That seems so fucking stressful to me because it's like everything before 18, you're like, what do? You're like, none of this matters until I turn 18.
Does it matter what I'm really interested in? Does it matter what I'm good at naturally, but I have a proclivity towards? It just, no. I got to just wait and see what the stone says.
And you can unlock and earn some skills beforehand. It's just really hard. It takes a long time. Once you awaken, that goes much faster.
Yeah.
But like you can earn things like handwriting. You can get skills in that. You can get skills in arithmetic.
Right.
You can unlock feats. Like the main character in the story unlocks the night owl feat, which basically means that like he can stay up late.
Feats.
And
I was like, Tarantino has unlocked that ability.
Yeah.
The feats ability.
He's got feats, all right. But like, yeah, he gets a feat that allows he gets night owl where he can basically like stay up late and he doesn't suffer as much physical consequences because of
Interesting. Okay.
After the fact. And also not to mention that like as you're like also early on in the story, like his aunt and uncle own a tavern. And he goes over to eat, and his aunt's like, I just leveled up my cooking last night, so I'm excited to try out this new stew today to see how it is.
Yeah.
I'm just like, the idea of like doing stuff like that and being like, I leveled up. What's that going to mean? And how it affects your actual stats, like strength, constitution, your intelligence, wisdom, charisma.
But
like
again,
all that sort of stuff.
Like the fact that the aunt presumably unlocked cooking arcana or what I don't know, like
it's one of her skills.
So like the fact, but like again, like you said, that was decided. So regardless, fuck anything that she wanted to do when she was a little girl, she's like, cool, I guess I'm an innkeeper now and I cook for travelers. That's what I do now. And luckily she's leaning into it. It sounds like, I'm excited to try this new skill. But for other people, they'd be like, fuck, like I wanted to travel, I wanted to do this, and now here's my lot in life. It really takes like all autonomy away from you.
Yeah, it's wild because you better hope it's something you like. I mean, there's a guy in there that's a butcher. He's like an expert butcher. He knows exactly how to butcher meat and do like all that sort of stuff. But it's like, that's what he does, you know?
Right.
Like, there's
and
merchants.
Merchants,
they level up by haggling over prices. So at one point, the main character goes and just buys stuff, and they're pissed that he won't haggle with them, so they can't level up. He's like, I'll just pay for it. They're like, what? They overcharge him, but they're like, they don't get to level up. They don't get the experience from doing that sort of stuff. So it's fascinating to be like, how do you level up these different things? And the idea, because to some extent, that's kind of a merit-based system based on what you get and what you work on, because the more you work at it,
right,
you can actually unlock more potential. And if you sort of like level up your foundational skills, once you hit one of those thresholds, you will then have a wider variety of things to choose from. To be like, well, I see you spent all your time doing this thing. Well, maybe I can offer you a path that really goes further down that path if you're interested in that. So it's interesting to like, there is a merit-based element to it where you can continue to improve and become really good at that sort of stuff. And also what's interesting is when you level up, you do this sort of ritual where you take your blood and you do this ritual and you get to select stuff. And then when you're done, it's all that power and knowledge starts infusing into your body to the point where sometimes you pass out. Because it's like you're in +6 strength and you're like, oh my God, what does that mean? And you're all of a sudden you're like, you feel yourself getting stronger. But what's interesting is like you will unlock, like it's like you gain a level in, we'll say your butchery.
Yeah.
But you don't know exactly what that means. But what happens is when you do this, the unseen gives you instinctual ideas on something where you will look at something, you'll have a rough idea of what to do, and then you have to explore and see what it is that you now know. You don't instantly be like, I know what I got to do with this new skill. It's like, it gives you sort of like rough ideas, and then you got to be like, all right, I think I know how to do this now, but what do I need to do? And then you have to go and explore it, which I find absolutely fascinating. So
what if I did this and it works? And you're like, okay, I'm figuring it out now. So you really have, so it's not like you just know, it's a intuition of like, I feel like this is the thing. This seems like the right thing to do.
Right. So the idea that on one hand, it's like you get this thing and you could get really good at it and see yourself ascend to levels that are unbelievable, or you could get fucking handed a shitty fucking class. It's like, congrats, you're the farmhand who helps a farmer get rich off of your labor.
Right. Congrats, you're the best at cleaning outhouses.
Exactly. It's like, great,
your streets and sanitation.
You level up by interacting with poop, so congrats.
Which is, so what class would you want to get? What would you want to be awakened into? What would you hope for?
Are we talking like based in that universe or based like in our reality?
Let's do both. Let's start with that universe. Like, what would you want to be waking up to in that universe?
Honestly, in both, I think it'd be pretty cool to be cook. I think it'd be pretty fucking cool to be
really?
Like, let me see what's possible with cooking to get where I need to get, like, just because I'm like, what if you, what does ascension as a fucking cook look like? You know what I mean? Like, what is, it's like, you've unlocked new knowledge of ingredients. You're like,
you've unlocked the perfect bite.
Welcome to pizza specialist, like.
You're introducing pizza to a world that's never had it. They're like, oh my God, what is this?
It's like, you spent a lot of time working with dough. Do you want to become the dough master? It's like, I do.
Do you want to be the dough boy?
I guess other than that, like, in our reality, it's like, video editor would be cool, right? Like expressing that sort of stuff, being like, cool, you are now master of the visual medium. And now you can do these different things to learn different stuff, to level up that sort of stuff. I'm like, that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be badass, yeah. I like the idea of the bard. I really like the idea of the bard, but like the fact that they're so under lock and key by the governing bodies. So when you say they're under lock and key, like are they prevented from leveling up, or are they? They're not.
There are restrictions. Up, right? There are restrictions on how high people can climb. That's part of the conspiracy that's happening in this world. Is like people are not allowed to reach certain levels. And that's by design. Okay. But with bards, I do believe they are allowed to travel, but there are guards that essentially accompany them because they make sure that they aren't doing anything nefarious with their charisma.
So
to the point where they're manipulating people to their advantage.
Right. So how do the guards prevent themselves from being manipulated?
I don't have any specifics on that yet, but I'm assuming there's some sort of because I've seen people have been wearing rings that make their willpower stronger so they can't be overtaken and things like that. So I think there's some probably enchantments that they can have that make them either immune or that sort of ability is very reduced on them.
That nerfs their
nerf. Yeah. What a great way to put it. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
they partner basically like the guards would be people who excel at Constitution, so they have a little bit of counter. Yeah.
That or willpower or something like that can counteract that sort of stuff. Yeah. And they're probably, able to withstand that sort of stuff. Which
I'd like to,
because once you get to a certain level too, you can have willpower that's good luck trying to invade that person's mind. You know what I mean?
Right. It's just stalwart. I would do the bard only because I would like the challenge of trying to covertly level up all my shit. Just whispering to people as I pass, trying to see how many people I can. With the guard goes to sleep, and I just start talking to mice, and I just anybody that I can get my hands on, anything I can get my hands on that has ears.
They're you're a bard, you level up by playing 6 guitar solos, so get to it. And you're just
I just keep playing Eruption. It's just Van Halen all day.
It's you go to your stat check. It's the unseen is bored by Eruption. Try something new.
The unseen requests Freebird.
No more. No more sweet child of mine. Move on. No Freebird.
The other thing with you saying that the main character, the reason he got Necromancer is because he dislikes authority and likes to. What was the reasons?
He disliked authority and he wanted control. But there was also something more sinister at work that you find out later as to why he also got that.
Okay.
But those were things that they said, which were true about him.
Right.
He does not like authority, and he thrives for control.
So I feel there's a chance if the nefarious thing was in play, there's a chance that maybe I could grab Necromancer.
Maybe
because I
got bad news for you, man. You would struggle with that class. I would struggle with that class.
Okay.
Yeah. Based on what this guy goes through to be successful, I was I would fucking fail at that. That guy is that guy's a fucking genius. I'm dumb as hell. There's no way I'd figure that shit out.
Is there a door checker class or a roof getter honor class?
Oh, you know what? We could call you Urban Explorer.
Is there an Urban Explorer class? Because that I think I might excel at.
Yeah, this guy's he's got to check every door. You know what I mean?
What does he do? He just checks every door he finds.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see, is this open? If it does, I'm going inside. For better or worse, I'm going inside.
That would be my class. I like to change my answer. That's my class.
I was door checker. Yeah, I want to check to see if they're locked. All right. We're going to do a quick round of Urban Dictionary as we wrap this up. I've got some new words that I learned today.
Yay!
Some of them are pretty spicy, and some of them are just sort of interesting. So,
all right, I'm ready.
I'm going to start with this one: Mickey Mousing. What do you think Mickey Mousing means?
Man, I'll tell you, it's one of my favorite terms that I know. Mickey Mousing. Mm-hmm. Mickey Mousing is when you excuse me, I had something in my throat. Mickey Mousing is Mickey Mousing is when you stall for time when you don't know the answer to something.
That seems like a good guess. I'll give you an example. Mickey Mousing is used in the shower scene of Psycho.
Mickey Mousing is used in the shower scene of Psycho. Mickey Mousing. When you use chocolate syrup as blood. Duh.
Hey, I like where you're going with that. In a movie, when the music is synchronized perfectly with the action, just like a Mickey Mouse cartoon.
Oh, interesting.
So in Psycho,
okay,
so like that, which I thought was
is that a thing in Mickey Mouse cartoons? Is that a
apparently so? Apparently that stuff lines up really well. So there you go.
All right, I like it. Mickey Mousing.
Okay, I think you're gonna like this one. Eternity leave.
Eternity leave. It's when you quit a job.
You're not far off.
All right.
With regrets, I would like to inform you that my boss is officially on eternity leave. I will never see or hear them again, ever.
Is it when someone dies?
When someone resigns or retires from a job, they are on eternity leave. This could also refer to someone who has passed away, especially someone who worked somewhere for a long time, retired, resigned, then passed away later. So you were extremely close.
Right there. I was right there. Yes. Yeah. Eternity leave. I love that.
Yeah. I read that. I was like, oh, I love that. I got to start using that. That's amazing. I love it. That's
I would
what
like
I'm looking for is eternity leave.
That's right. I would like to do the non-lethal version of that with my current job.
There you go.
Yes.
All right. I think we gotta go to this one. All right, Justin. Werewolf's dick.
Absolutely. It is the dick of a werewolf.
Hey, you're not far off.
I don't think
Don was.
You can't use the word in the definition, right? All right, that's my bad.
Don was stripped down naked when he passed out at the party around 12 a.m. Everyone was laughing at his werewolf's dick.
It's someone who does not manscape. It is a very hairy crotchal region.
You're pretty much on point. When pubic hair runs all on the shaft of some dude's dick, resembling that of a werewolf and or some hairy animal.
When a dude's dick is just a red rocket, that's a werewolf dick.
I was like, listen, I'm a hairy dude, but I have never witnessed that, and I hope I never do. Like, I don't want to be like, sorry, allow me to trim my shaft because there's too much hair on it because it's wildly out of control.
Trust me, you can find it once I manscape.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's terrible. All right. We're gonna end with a bang. Ottawa Spaghetti. What is Ottawa Spaghetti, Justin?
These are the weirdest words. Ottawa Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Ottawa Spaghetti. Ottawa Spaghetti. It is a dish found in Ottawa, Canada, and it is long, stringy. It's poutine with long, stringy French fries. That's what Ottawa Spaghetti is.
Okay, all right. I'm going to give you an example sentence. I'm positive there was some Ottawa Spaghetti made last night. Those three guys disappeared for an awfully long time.
Is it when multiple dudes throw ropes at each other?
You're awfully close.
Is it like soggy biscuit?
It's a noun. An act, actually, it seems like it should be a verb, but an act in which two or more penises are brought in direct contact with each other and masturbated by a third party using a wringing motion with both hands.
There it is.
Making spaghetti.
Making spaghetti. It makes me think of Silicon Valley, the middle out. How you can jerk 4 dicks at once. That's so. Ottawa
there
spaghetti.
We go. Ottawa Spaghetti. You know,
Ottawa,
anyway,
like the city, Ottawa.
The city, yeah.
Okay,
it's like a Cleveland steamer. You know.
No, now it makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Or a rusty trombone. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you for going down that lyrical journey. You know,
so much fun. Yeah, I love these.
So much fun. Justin, what do you have to recommend this week?
I'm going to go with the Odyssey. I'm going to say go. Straight if you can see it in the theater, see it in the theater. If you can see it in the IMAX 70mm, go see that. But if you see it in standard, see it there. Just try to see it on a big screen first. When it gets to your house, it's going to be great. But this one, like, to feel it, like the rumble of, like, just go see it in the theater if you can.
Yar. I'm going to recommend this game I got on sale recently. I think it was like for $4. It's called Monsters Are Coming.
Okay.
Boy, is this scratching an itch for me. It's like a tower defense game / like Vampire Survivors sort of thing where there's this city that's moving through a level and you play as this character that tries to protect the city from monsters. And you like run off the trail to chop wood and put in your city, which increases the attack speed of your towers. You get gold, you get all these little crystals, and then you upgrade your city to get different towers. It's kind of randomized what you get. And it's super fun. I love tower defense games. This is a super fun game. I've just cracked the surface. I've done it on normal. Now I'm like, I got to play it on harder modes now. And I have all the shit I want to unlock. It's super fun. Highly recommend it. Monsters Are Coming. Available on Steam now. Check it out, baby.
There's another game that Jared just sent me, and I can't remember what it was, but it basically it's like you play with 4 people, and you're in this forest that's full of monsters, but the forest makes you see different things than other people. Like the clip that he sent me was someone had a gun, and the person goes, "That's a stick," and the guy goes, "No, it's a gun," and he goes, "Try to fire it," and he fired it, and in his hands it turned into a stick. And so he was seeing a gun while everyone else saw a stick. And so you can't trust what you're seeing, and everyone's seeing different things because the forest is playing tricks, and you have to work together. And I was like, this looks like I would give anything to play this game with you. Like, this looks like
this kind of sounds like Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes to some degree.
Yeah, but oh man, I'll have to see if I can send you this clip, because I can't remember what the name of the game was, but
I'm curious.
Yeah, this one I would love to. I would love to get your take on
game
this
night.
Right? Anyway.
Awesome. Well, thanks for listening, gang. We appreciate you. As always, check us out, youtube.com/MindGapPodcast. Hit the like and subscribe button. Leave us a comment on anything we've talked about so far. Hit the link in the description for Patreon, Redbubble for our merch, and also our Discord. Join our Discord, because Discord never dies. And be sure to check out Justin online as well.
On Instagram at Justin_Michael, spelled Mikel. It's the fun way of spelling it. And while you're in the online realm, anywhere where you can find us, or anywhere where you can consume audio podcasts, you can find us there as well. So go ahead and subscribe, rate, review, share, download. Let people know, at least for the foreseeable future, that we are here, and we appreciate it. And then 2east8th.com, 2east8th on all social media, loveandimprovfilm.com, loveandimprovfilm on Instagram, and Strange Frequencies on social media and YouTube.
Woo-hoo. And with that, I'll say, Justin, thank you.
Douglas, thank you.
Listeners, viewers, thank you. And you all have a dandy fucking week.
Mind Gap Podcast.